This Touch New Zealand live stream is supported by Bunnings Warehouse and SAS Sport.
Welcome to the 2018 Bunnings Touch NZ Secondary Schools Touch Championship, and what a day it's been so far. We're up to the highlight of the mixed division, the premier final between Howick and the team from down south, Lincoln High School, and what an extravaganza we will have today. In the hot seat we have Howick looking very strong, going through undefeated, taking on first-timers Lincoln High School. Both teams strutting the red colours but with a tinge of green. Our people from down south show out a different colour. So let's go to the Howick College team. As you can see it on your screen, I've got Peter Walters beside me. Let's say a few flavours from the Howick team, Pete.
Kia ora, George, great to be here and really excited about this final coming up, especially with the first timers Lincoln in there. As for Howick, a team that has a history now, they've been building well, been in finals footy before, so I'm expecting them to look to dominate.
Yeah, as we look to the screen, Lincoln High School are up there now, a few stars, and I've been told that the women are the main attraction of their team, and their captains today will be Courtney Smith and Kaylin Reid will be sitting out this one, and captains would be Millie Thompson and Ruby Kino.
Well, away they go, Georgie, and Howick on attack. Let's see what opening play they're looking to run here. Yeah, around a 33 peel. Looked like that might have been a touch and pass call there.
Here we go. The pressure's been taken off for Lincoln straight away. Lincoln looking to go direct and get out of their half, working their way through the transition zone or the orange zone, as I taught a few players in the earlier screening of today's games. Doing well, keeping it nice and controlled, doing the 1% as well. Setting it back in the midfield, feed off, pulling up one defender, looking for the power scoop. But a nice little nudge there from Howick, showing their experience, not letting a good scoop happen on the fifth and final.
Yes, so away they go upfield. Howick on attack now. There's Isla Norman Bell on the ball, a touch black player. Working their way downfield. They'll be looking to set up for their attack play here. The boys coming back into the middle. There's Nui. Yeah, scoop play. Long ball to the link, who passes to the winger, and that looks like it may be a forward pass.
Oh, stop the press. That's two opportunities. Gone big in there for Howick. Lincoln, once again, out of the deep end, driving through the right side of the field with a good transition, letting their new players come onto the field. A little bit about a history about Lincoln. They've been a very competitive team through the years, rising to the occasion, and this year coming into the grand final. And it's been a showstopper for them. They had some hard teams to face, and they battled against another favourite, Mahurangi, in the semi-finals, and I think they took them out 8-7, and what a showstopper game that was.
Howick on attack now, spreading the ball. There's a couple of two-pass sets there. Driving again. Isla's work seems to be working in the middle lot there. I mean, she's just as good as the guys, this girl. And the three guys looking up for a play here. It's a middle dump. Once again, they're running that same play. They scoop. They have a link on a passive line. Passes to the girl. She scores in the corner. Great set play.
Oh, nice calling there. And as we go back to the Bunnings Warehouse replay, we've got a quick play, and then we've got the link back slightly in the pocket there. So the shutter is a little bit confused. Do I go in or do I stay out? And then the quick release of the hands exposes the winger, and then the corner. Touchdown, Howick.
Yeah, that's a very common play run nowadays, George. Certainly trendy with all the teams having that link deep and infield, running an outline. Lincoln on attack here. Tried a little dive there in the middle there. And good defence there, shutting that down. There wasn't much on there for Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln looking like they were trying to do a 32 play, but going back short side, trying to catch Howick napping, but no napping duties here for Howick. They're on the ball.
Howick seem to be making a lot of what we call snaky runs, where they run at and away from defenders, trying to pull two defenders together. It's a nice play to have in your arsenal, where you're working over two defenders as opposed to one.
Yeah, nice work, and I've seen these happy feet of these Howick players, so they make it look so easy. Here we go, picking short side, 14. Oh, check out the power in that girl. It's kind of like the Bruce Lee inch punch.
Yeah, the Lincoln winger there held their channels well and making a positive touch there. Working their way downfield to their sub box, keeping it close to the box as most teams do. The fresh subs come on, they tend to fan out, looking for a strike dump on the fifth and scooping off that last play. Howick had that covered, however.
Yeah, talking about Howick and defence, they've been solid so far. They're not getting caught with two defenders up, which is making it hard for the Lincoln team to do a power scoop because they've already got a defender back in the pocket ready for that power scoop. So well done, Howick. You're doing well so far on the scoreboard and great in defence.
Yeah, like most games, there's a bit of a grind that'll go on now. That happens in the first 10 minutes of each half, certainly, and that last 5 is when you really see how your subbing systems are to how tired you get.
There goes that pocket play once again. Referee not happy with the defensive team making it onside. I think at that particular time, Howard getting a repeat set. Is that movement in close?
Yeah, quickie step back and pass off. They did it on the two girls side, so they hopefully worked that girl link over, and it worked. She just late to react there and make the touch.
Asking for the spread. Here goes the quickie. Step back. The shutters need to come because there's too much space to cover. The shutters did come, but it was a moment too late for Lincoln High School. Scoreboard 2-0.
That defensive lapse happens quite a lot. If she's not in position pre-touch, that extra couple of metres over, then a late reaction will mean you will get there late and a touchdown will occur.
Okay, a couple of touches up their sleeve. What have Lincoln got? Looking for just a quickie play. Oh, it looked like an opening there. It goes long. Good recovery there by Howick, staying in tight but managing to work out wide to catch the defence, especially on the wing.
Away they go again. They look like they run a basic. It starts from the far side from their sub box. They run a 2 out, bring the guy link around, and then they throw in some hitting options from there.
Big transition there with a fresh batch of subs coming on. There's those snaky runs again, getting extras, not afraid to move the ball. And I wouldn't be with Isla Bell receiving that one. Oh, there you go, poetry in motion.
Yeah, Georgie, you mentioned about the moving the ball and the highly skilled teams that are experienced nowadays. They're shifting the ball a lot. If you're only going to get up one defender, they will work you by running away from you or throwing an extra pass to beat you. So you really need to be working more than just one defender going up.
Oh, and the Parmatatos are no strangers to that line, so there's another one for that famous family. Taking it up to 3-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Getting overexcited. Lincoln attacking 10 metres out, looking for the bounce out. Step off the left, tries to go under.
I'm looking to see what variation Lincoln have in their attack. It's fairly standard, the plays that they are running now. and nothing that's really threatening the Howick defence. I would like to see some quickie step back short long that can really test their open side shutdown defence.
Yeah, at the moment they're chucking long, but the Howick defence is managing to get out there. So I don't know if they're attracting enough attention around the ball area to open up wide yet. But like you said, the quickie bounce is always an effective move that tests that defence.
Okay, Howick working their way through the field again, spreading them wide, checking off.
Looking too easy for Howick at the moment, just taking yards, evening them up. Here we go, out of dummy half. The show and go just gets picked up from behind with a nice touch there. That was that speedster number 9 that we all know about from the semi-final. Mr. Andrews showing his toe again.
Penalty here for Lincoln. They work their way downfield, heading to subbing transition here. The fresh boys coming on.
Nice movement, trying to get those 2 defenders up again. Nice pick off the left foot, going to the short side. Still another touch up their sleeve, flirting with the sideline. And a nice sneaky dive down there. What do we got? They're happy. Is the referee happy? I think it's all over, Pete. Let's have a look on the Bunnings Warehouse replay.
Yes, I'd like to think this was a set play, but somehow I don't think it was. It was more instinctive at the finish here. But look, he got it down. The girl, she had some vision to get that pass away, and the boy had the skill to get it down quickly. Well done, Lincoln.
Nice touchdown, Jesse Wasso. I think the energy down sideline will be pretty ecstatic at the moment with Lincoln coming back in there to take it to 3-1. Oh, here goes a wraparound play. Nice second phase there, metre off the line. And done beautifully on that second phase, Peter Walters. What do you reckon?
Yeah, look, it was a great second phase play. Dumped a metre off the line, but you couldn't, as a defender, by the time you got back to go forward, you couldn't because the half was in place and just threw it straight off the ground. Great touchdown.
Yeah, Lincoln having to come in and do the save defence, which leaves an exposed winger. If you're wondering why there's someone out there all by themselves, those people that don't know touch too well, we have a sort of a shutdown defence. We leave a winger open because there's too much space to cover in the midfield one-on-one. As we look at this long ball on the outside, he runs it.
That was a better play by Lincoln. However, like you mentioned earlier, Georgie, they're not engaging the first phase defenders enough. The Howick defenders are able to just double off and shift quickly because they've actually released the ball early.
Cool, there's a lot of action down on the field. I like to get amongst it. So we have our man, the golden whistle, Harley Waugh. You sideline, my friend?
I am sideline. How's it going, guys? Good afternoon, everybody watching. Really enjoying this game between Lincoln and Howick. Just in terms of our environment, it's interesting because the wind's actually shifted, so it's now going from left to right. What's interesting with that is Howick's still managing to score with those long ball passes. They struggled a bit at the start of the game when they had those 2 forward passes, but they managed to adjust really well. So in the second half, they'll be into the win, and let's see if they can still manage to capitalise.
Awesome, Harley, and there's some beautiful looking people in white out there. Give us a little bit of information of those people controlling the game.
I think you're being a bit kind. I wouldn't call them beautiful, but I would call them hardworking. At the moment in the middle, we've got one of our young referees coming through the system, just 18 years old in his final year of high school. That's Will Hutchinson. All 3 of our referees are level 4. On the far side, one of our rangatira in our referee group, that's John Dusto. I saw a video on Facebook this week. He actually officiated the 2007 mixed grand final at the New Zealand secondary schools. And on the closer side to the camera, another youngster who's been around for a little while now, that's Logan Forrester, who you might have also seen at Trans-Tasman earlier this year.
Nice work and a nice update on the referees for all their hard work. Getting it on the outside there, quickie under. Referee's happy with that one. He's right on the spot, and that's the best place you want to be as a referee as we look at the Bunnings Warehouse replay. Howick looking for that quickie, splitting out to the right side. Sizes it up, gets under. The inside looked like they may have been short and just gets a beautiful touchdown for number 13.
Yeah, that was Darius Higdon Morgan, and well done. He got nice and low real quick, banged it down.
Oh, we talk about a few players in this Howick, and we mentioned that guy's name. They've just got talent to burn. There's a lot of NZ players. People have been around in the system for a while. They'll be coming to do business here today because last year they got pipped at the post in the grand final, so they've come back for redemption.
Yeah, Georgie, they've got I know there's 3 kids in here for Howick that played in the Youth World Cup recently, and including one of the girls, Isla, and she obviously played New Zealand Women's as well. So a ton of experience in the Howick, and their coach Mark Hodson's been in the New Zealand Touch Blacks mixed team for a number of years as well. So yeah, they're a well coached unit.
Pretty spoilt lot, I think, having a NZ Opens player as well as New Zealand players in your secondary school team. With the #1 foundation sport in New Zealand, touch rugby, on show today with many of these kids doubling off in multiple codes. And today, Howick, it just seems to be shining so far with touch talent.
Lincoln's got an opportunity here to get back in this game. They're 5-1 down. One before half-time would be great.
John Dusto looking to his sidelines, looking to his sideline officiators for a little bit of advice. They saw the forward pass. He's called the forward pass. Penalty offence. Here we go. Striking like lightning. Howick through the middle of the field.
Yeah, running Hunters play down the middle of the field and it's got them from one end all the way to the other.
Oh, nice inside ball there. It could have been interesting, but Millie Thompson, the #1 captain for Lincoln, was there, the lady of the moment. Here we go, guys. There's the hooter. Referee signs it off as the teams go to get a breather. As Michael Kavanagh talked about, the orange session is around. No tip-top ice cream containers pulled out, but there are the refreshments of the H2O. I'm sure there'll be a few lollies around to give them that sugar rush. Peter Walters, if you were in the sub box there for Lincoln, what would you be saying, my friend?
Well, I'd like to see them have more options on attack and certainly get that first phase engagement happening. So they're actually engaging defenders before they throw passes. You know, that they seem to be doing their play in front of the defence, and the defence for Howick is just drifting off and matching them up. So that's what I would like to see.
Nice. I wish I could voice that into their co-coach, Blair Johnson and Matthew Falloon, who are doing a wonderful job to get the guys here to the finals. And you may have seen Blair Johnson in the background of Shortland Street. He's a bit of an actor, underwear model. And he's also a Shortland fan since he's been in the background there. Often mistaken as Dan Carter throughout the streets. So gets a lot of unnecessary attention there. But hopefully he's as good looking as he is coaching, because they need it in the second half.
Yes, in contrast, I think Howick will be happy with that half. They're up, they won that half 5-1. Their line attack plays are working, their defence is solid. And they're working through the field way much more productively than their opponents. So their snaky runs, their check-offs, they're winning the territory fight, and that's helping them to win the game as well and be in front.
And as we think about the Howick team who have come back for redemption this year, look at the cool heads of the guys. What would Mark be saying to the team right now, Pete?
I think he'd be saying, just look, maintain control, keep the error rate down, just carry on. We won another big half. We're back to 0-0. We start all over again, and let's win this half.
Yeah, looks like there's no nerves in this team. They're ready for action. Expect a big one from Howick to try and lock it home. And we hope Lincoln holds in there. We'll pull something out of the magic hat for the second half. The game is still in the balance. We'll see what happens.
Yes, I think Lincoln has the opportunity to tap off, so let's see what they come up with that play. Their guys have tended to dominate in this half, and they haven't used their girls as productively as Howick have.
Harley Wall down on sideline, my friend. Give us an update of that wind. Up here we can see a few flags blowing around. So if you give us a set of the direction and how's the field down there?
Yeah, the wind's always going to play a factor. It's interesting again to see how Lincoln will respond in the second half. The heat's starting to come through now and again through the clouds. So fatigue might set in, especially after a big long weekend. Let's see who's got the goods to last out this half.
Oh, there we go. Looking for that second phase play with a metre dump out and then checking against the grain of his body motion and chucking over the shoulder from right to left. No choppers there, which created an extra overlap. But here we go. Howick driving like madmen and women through the midfield.
Yeah, those subs coming on for Howick. If you don't make the 10-metre mark in your first 3 touches, then those subs actually have to come deep and run an arc around. It's not ideal. Whereas if you got to the halfway and the subs are coming on more direct. They were lucky enough to pull up a penalty here, so they'll get down there with a couple of touches to play with.
Young Robert there almost had the opportunity to go the length of the field to test out his speed against these Howick speedsters. Unfortunately, ball goes to ground and Howick gets a repeat set. There we go, a bit more flat on that line. Nice sharp play.
Yeah, that was great defence. That was great defence by Lincoln. The winger come up, she comes straight up and hit the link. They ran that passive line again, Howick, and she was equal, the Lincoln winger was equal to the task.
Look at that, 3 defenders all tied in 5 metres from the sideline. It's very compressed. Oh! And still managed to pull something out of the hat within such a small range, Pete. Talk us through it.
Yeah, look, they, like you say, there was very little room there to work, and you'd think the guy would be able to double off and make both those touches, that their left middle. However, he didn't work, and it forced the far middle to come all the way across over, and subsequently his reaction was too late. So I would like to have seen that left middle work more in a double off touch.
Nice. I think Lincoln needs something special here to bring the energy back. They do look a little bit laboured out there. We'll just see what they've got from the dummy half roll here in a 32 with a slight bounce out. Goes for a slide and a dive. Touch number 5. Where's the rabbit in the hat? Over the top once again, working to that left-hand side. It was favourable for the Howick team. They put a mortgage on that corner, but no mortgages there for the Lincoln team.
Look, I think Lincoln have the best intentions, and the plays they are running are good enough plays. However, their execution is not quite on point, whether it's the fact that they're not in the higher level systems of where Howick are. That would be my guess, but the execution's not quite on point.
I'll tell you what, these brave kids have been working their bodies off all weekend. It's been 3 days of action. Here we go, and there's more action. And none other than that lovely lady with that famous surname, Sirili Pamatato, scoring in the far corner. So here we go with the right to left this time. So they're putting some real estate in this corner with a smile. There it is. Lovely lady, good work.
Yeah, good long ball out of half there, and it hit the target, like you say. It was actually a left to right, that one, which is most people's weak side to throw. So well done.
Oh, yeah, must have been looking at the game backwards there, Pete. Here we go, Lincoln out of dummy half. Some opportunity here. Chase Pamatato all over that one. I'll tell you what, mate, this Howick team's got more tools than Bob the Builder at the moment. We cannot stop them.
Yes, and their defensive screen was on point there. They seem to be well versed in their policies and their positioning, their shifting, their channeling is pretty good.
Just from the sideline, guys, you can tell that the ball doesn't spend a lot of time on the ground when Howick's on attack, and it sets them up really well for when they head down to the other end of the field.
And they're down in the other field in the green zone at the moment with a play up their sleeve. Fifth and final, winds it up, looks long. It looks good. What a pass.
Yeah, Darius is he's got some good vision and he's got the skill to back it up, so he saw that it was on for the long ball. His support players ran good lines to engage defenders, and he had the skill to throw over the top.
Higgett Morgan, what a guy. He's just come into his own in this final. He was a little bit more of a silent assassin in the first one, but this one, he's singing Tupac, All Eyes on Me for this second half.
Guys, again, you can see that this game's flowing really well. A good guide, especially for me when I'm refereeing, is you always want to see more touchdowns than penalties, and we've definitely got that as a case today.
Here we go. The gods have shown mercy for Lincoln with a beautiful long ball through the hands. Number 11, Potor, with his second year of touch from the under-18s Canterbury Girls and under-16 NZ. No wonder she caught that one on the fly.
That's great work for Lincoln. They persisted with that second phase play. That's about their third or fourth one, and they got one in the end. Well done.
Just calming it down once again. Howick just picking out the right players, working that two-girl side. Norman Bell into the midfield. 3-3 play. Chase loads it up. Chopper comes in, wings all over that one. Takes a hit on the finger, I think. I think the cameraman was looking for the finger, but no, it's still attached.
Yeah, the Lincoln coach quite animated in the box, so maybe giving them some good feedback. Hopefully they've lifted after that touchdown and working their way down there to set up for another one.
Oh, nice hands. Just a pass and go. And number 4 showing the toe. He had an opportunity earlier to make the whole field, but he said, oh, this is a little bit easy. I'll run 15 metres to get this touchdown. The Bunnings warehouse replay.
Yeah, look at that. They ran a W, a middle dump, split to the open side. The scooper steps back. They threw a short ball through the hands, and it was up to the task and to beat the Howick defence. So well done, Lincoln.
Yeah, Robert Spork just showing the basics well, holding the ball in two hands, keeping the winger out because they didn't know if he was going to pass or not, but still keeping high speed with the ball in two hands. Amazing.
And that's the sort of play I would like to see Lincoln just keep running that until such point that Howick need to be able to stop it.
This is an unusual shot. Right there, you don't see that one often. Drop ball from the Night Sevens All-Star MVP player. Chase Pamatato taking control, just controlling the tempo here. Asking them to get out. I want to ISO. You remember that move, Pete?
God, that's taking it back, mate. ISO.
Here we go. Nice movement. Snaky runs through. Just quick hands. Quick releases. Lincoln in disarray. The middles and links have to come in.
Yeah, when Darius is on the ball in the middle of the field on attack, he's creating some really good options. They didn't quite finish there, but he certainly got the vision to pick the right options.
Right on. Darius Tupac is what I'll call him because it's all eyes on him.
Lincoln working their way down. Love to see them run another W.
And easy yards for the fifth and final. Power scoop. Big whack off the left foot.
They're certainly still putting the pressure on them. I like it. I like the way they're really attacking Howick now. And with some more speed, they were too static leading up to this. There they go. Turnover there. Another shot at the line for Lincoln.
Really need to capitalise on this because time is against them at the moment with a scoreline of 8-3. If we can get something out of this, anything's possible for these last 5 minutes. But something has to happen now. Quick play off the deck. Oh, a little bit of extra. Great honesty, and that's what I love about this game. These kids are awesome.
Yeah, the link, I think Tuila missed the touch on that one as she came in to shut down. They stepped back, passed, and yeah, just got the ball down quickly. So well done, Lincoln.
We said it, they needed to get one there to make it interesting in these last 5 minutes. If they can D out Howick, we may have the best 4 minutes to finish with. Some of those boys seem to be working overtime, especially that number 17 from Lincoln, Cameron Radford. Oh, there's the show and go.
Yeah, that's that 33 Peel, Georgie, with a passive link out the back, running that outline, and it worked to a T then. So it's a great comeback after getting scored on. They come back down the other end and score themselves. If you haven't got a hard aggressive defence and you don't have your winger getting up to hit that link, it's always going to be a running 2-on-1, which subsequently will give you a touchdown.
Yeah, nice. And I like how they brought the link girl in to do the pass off, which created the mismatch on the two girls' side, which gave them another string to their bow on that move.
Yeah, I think Isla and Tawila are very good link girls. They have a good skill set. They're not afraid to mark up on guys. So.
Caleb Mistay. Been hard working all day. Spork gets a penalty. We're hoping he can cross that line again for Lincoln. Goes out to the link. Caleb McStay gets the quickie. His defense is all over it. And movement, slow wrap around. Running out of room in that wrap play. They're chucking quite a bit at them. Next, the kitchen sink will be coming with the bounce out play, using a bit of speed. Running out of touches.
Yeah, good positioning there by the Howick defence. They were channeling really well, and as the ball shifted, they would shift. So, good defence.
I tell you what, it's very frustrating when you're trying various moves and the defence is dinging them up. It puts more pressure on you, sort of go into a shell. What do I do next, coach? What do I do next?
Howard coming down on attack again. There we go. Their play they've been running all tournament. A 33 Peel. This time they throw the short ball option. Confusing the Lincoln defence, and that short ball receiver goes through to score. Great play, great option.
Once again, the girl comes in with the wrap play, and Nui Andrews, I'm going to call him the axe because that's one of the best chop passes I've seen all day.
Yeah, he went to pump to throw long, motion to throw long, making the defenders shift out, and then just puts it short. Good skill. Here we go, slowing it down. Choosing to work the ladies into the middle, who are their strength of Lincoln, I've been told. No, she's moving back out. Harley War down on sideline. We're coming down to the final minute. What are you witnessing down there?
A little bit different to the girls' final we had earlier, which went right down to the wire. I think that Howick are kind of resting a little bit on their laurels, considering they're up by 6. And as you can see, it didn't pay off for them.
Nice call, Bunnings Warehouse replay.
Yeah, they did a quickie play. In fact, they did 2, so they ran a sequence. Pass back infield, and he got it down quickly before the link could get in and shut. Great play, Lincoln.
Alter, beautiful flick off pass to set that try up. Here we go, that 33 wrapping one. Nice hit. That was a bit better from the defence of Lincoln High.
Yeah, and interesting enough, that's the first one they ran from the other side of the field, so from right to left.
Ball falling pass. Tries to get it out there, but to no prevail. A few seconds to go. Can they get a final notch on the scoreboard? No, there it is. Logan Forrester, the man in the white, calls it over. He's had enough. The time has had enough. And the time has come for Howick College to celebrate. They'll be feeling a bit of relief there from last year. The favourite of the comp going down in the grand final, but this year back for redemption. And the favourites this year tuning everybody up. And now, I think it's a bit more of a relief that they've got this one. They're not jumping up and down because they had a great day, a great tournament. We take our hats off to Lincoln High School, a valiant effort. First time here in a grand final at the secondary schools. Well done to that team. We wish them all the best. Last year they had a little bit of an upset involving a flip of the coin, so apologies to those guys missing out through the flip of the coin, but they're back harder. And Blair told me not to mention that one, so apologies, but I can't get that out of my head. Pete, final message for today?
Yeah, look, the mixed grade was very tough this year. You know, Pydor, who had been college, who had been in the finals, they didn't even make the top 4 this year, so the grade was really tough, and it was great to see Lincoln do so well. Howick, just a class above everyone for this tournament. Their personnel, their coaching staff, just a level above everyone else, and that showed in that final scoreline, them hitting double figures for a 10-5 result. So well done to both teams, and in fact all the teams that came in and played this week at the secondary school national. So well done to everyone involved.
Boys grade for our Bunnings National Secondary School Championship for 2018. Rotorua versus Hamilton. It is the mighty Tarawa versus Tainui.
Unmuted.
Support crew. Oh, I just want you to talk about stuff. No, I'll get you. Yeah, yeah.
What do I say?
Anything, yeah. Yeah. Hey guys, here with a great grand final to Howick. These guys have been looking for salvation, and a comeback from last year. It was a nail biter last year, but this year you put the nail in the coffin and the hoodoo and the guru. How's it feel, Chase Pamatato?
It's always good to get the win. You know, last year lost against Pydor in a pretty hard final. Lincoln came out strong today. Big kudos to them.
Nice work, and you had an outstanding tournament. I put you as a player of the tournament, mate. I don't know what the selectors did, so I'll be interested to see how it goes on paper when they name the secondary school paper team. What do you owe that to, buddy?
It's my team, to be honest. I only came here to get a gold for the boys. I don't really care about those other accolades. It's just for the team.
What about that secret weapon, George Pamatato? Did he have anything to do with it?
Oh yeah, I told him everything he knows.
Yeah, well, he's the coach and he's teaching you, mate, so there's something wrong there.
Nah, he's just a support crew. I'm the coach.
Nice word. I love the humbleness of this man. Hey, I'll let you go and celebrate with the guys. It's good to get that monkey off your back. You guys go and celebrate, and I'm sure you got another year, mate?
Nah, last year.
Last year. All the best, my friend. Congratulations. Okay, we're here with the Lincoln, one of the co-coaches. Unfortunately, it's not the man from Shortland Street with the underwear model, but this man would like to introduce himself and talk to us about their school's success this year and the past. Let's go.
Just the team, really proud of the effort that they put in today. Well, over the whole tournament, to be fair. We're a pretty new team. We had only 3 returning middles, middle and link. So the new guys have really come on board. I don't think we've got a team of superstars, but we kind of really came together as a team, and that's kind of what got us through those 3 days. It was a pretty tough start. Howick really set the tone all tournament, to be fair, and they really just took it to us at the start, and we couldn't come back.
Nice work, and I've been here a few years now, and I've seen you guys around the traps, building, and when I saw you guys make the final, I was like, you beauty. How did that feel?
Oh, well, after last year's debacle, should we call it, with the coin toss, it was just incredible, and I'm just incredibly proud of the team, and it's just they've put so much effort in with the early morning starts, a lot of effort in with the trainings, and they always get it handy, and it was just fantastic to see us make it to the final. First time, the furthest we've ever got, so we'll be back next year with that hopefully pretty similar team, and we'll give another shot next year.
Nice. How many players would you lose this year leading into next year?
Hopefully only 3.
Hopefully only 3, so that's a good nucleus to go forward with. And hopefully the coin toss doesn't come back into it. Just for those people at home, I must explain what happened. It was that close. These guys drew with another team, so that when it comes to the points, they were both equal. When they went to differential, that was equal. When they divided tries for and against, that was equal. Everything was equal, and in the rule book it says you must go to a flip of the coin. And unfortunately, God wasn't on our side that day.
Not that day, but we came. I didn't know how it would go this year with such a young crew, but we put that last year behind us, and I'm just super proud of the kids.
Awesome, mate. I won't hold you up. I'll let you get back into your gym program. All the best with the team. Travel safe, and we'll see you next year, buddy. Take care. And that's us, guys. That's the mixed grand final. The sun is still shining behind those clouds, but we'll be back very shortly. Touch, what a game.
This Touch New Zealand live stream is supported by Bunnings Warehouse and SAS Sport.